Bridge to Another World, Secrets of the Nutcracker is another long-titled hidden objects puzzle game being given away by Prime Gaming until the 1st of May 2024. Again, it's directly through Amazon Games launch this time rather than Legacy Games, so they've definitely fallen out. You take on the role of Marie, visiting a childhood friend at Christmas who you discover has mysteriously disappeared. And then you turn tiny and walk into a toy castle controlled by living toys. As you do. Typical Christmas. This is basically the same game as all of the other hidden object games, which I say each time I review a new one. There's a set formula here that developers like Big Fish, who made this one, just don't deviate from. I'm really curious how well these games sell. I mean, obviously not this one, it's being given away for free, but in general. This one has the same art style as all the others, the same very basic animations, terrible lip sync, adequate voiceovers and decent background music. This one though with a Christmas theme, which is perfect for an April release. The story is fantastical, with living toys and talking mice, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that, I hear you say. And you're right. I just don't think it's going to be a draw for anyone to play this game. It does the hidden object game trope of nonsensical twists and being captured that provided developers the opportunity to add in a new area and close off a previous one, but it don't make much sense narratively. Don't play these games to get a cohesive story, because there isn't normally one. What you play these games for is the puzzles, which overall are surprisingly easy in this one. I completed the game in under 3 hours, half the normal time, and I never had to use a hint or skip any kind of puzzle or anything. I did select hard mode puzzles whenever I was given the option, which was only sometimes, and only when I noticed it was there, which was also only sometimes. FYI, I chose custom difficulty settings, which I'll put up on the screen now, which ended up being a combination of like casual, advanced and expert modes. So I would recommend playing on at least advanced mode. There were a couple of puzzles that I had to think about, and some hidden object games that had some well hidden objects. But for the most part, the puzzles were a breeze. In fact, some of them weren't even puzzles in my opinion. Putting the numbers back on a clock face isn't a puzzle, even if a couple of them are Roman numerals. Basic shape matching is also not a puzzle once you're past the age of like 5. There are too many of these for the game to really feel satisfying to me, because I don't get any sense of accomplishment when I complete a puzzle that easy. Along with the easier puzzles, the object use puzzles are simplified too. I never had long chains of items to use, there's minimal backtracking and everything does make sense, which is good, at least within the fiction of a story anyway. The developers did sneak in an addition to the game, which involves a talking mouse and what I called is exposition theatre. When you give the mouse a sweet, it puts on a series of plays with items missing from the scene that you just need to drag into the correct place, and it goes through an explanation of what's happening in the narrative. I think these might have been up there with the hardest part of the game, if I hadn't switched on the change icons on active zone settings, which when I was playing it gave a very, very clear sign that this was the place you put one of the 3 or 4 items, which obviously made it a lot easier. If you want a challenge, switch that setting off when you start the game. This is on the easy end of the hidden objects puzzle games, so if you've never played one of these before but want to check them out, this is a good introduction to ease you into the genre. For those familiar with these games, you're probably going to want to crank the difficulty level up if you want a challenge. But if you just want a laid-back puzzle game, set it up how you want and you got a few hours of kind of chill gameplay out of it. I'm lukewarm on this one. I can't really give it a recommendation because it was too short and too much of it was simple tasks. But there were a couple of good puzzles in here and I don't regret the pretty short time investment it took me to get to them. My verdict? It was alright. There you go, that's it. Don't have a lot more to say about this one, because there's not a lot more to it. I'm going to stop giving sweets to mice because it freaks me out when they talk back. And I'm going to go. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.